it's not. It is interesting because it hasn't been happening for so long, but depending on the year, the series of years, it was really not that interesting because it happened so much.
Well, I want to ask your opinion on that because I come from that same era that you're mentioning where we would see double Taros all the time, double Brim, double Wu Shang. So,
the occasional Ragnar if Viper was playing.
Yeah, so I'm curious to know, like, how do you feel about doubles as a whole? Do you think there's an added benefit of having the same signature kit for both players?
In a nutshell, you play the character that you're the best at.
Sure.
If what you're teaming with is another player who's the same character that you play, then you play it. But I think optimally it makes no sense because
Thank you.
Directional influence. Oh, nice slide charge. Bouncing. Directional influence the mechanic is not always on in Brawlhalla. It activates while in hit stun you get hit by the same move more than once. And that's the most common when you have two people that have the same two weapons and the same two signatures on the screen. And that's the deficit that you get. So you better both be really darn good at the character to make the doubling upward.
I'm getting flashbacks of D-Sig, no, I'm sorry, Side Sig Bryn.
Yeah.
Way back in the day.
Okay.
Double Side Sig.
On King's Pass?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Side Sigging the Side Sig.
I remember those days. But we're not those days right now, and right now,
Dolan, what are you doing?
Yunpyo,
what are you doing?
Struggling. The recovery wasn't there.
I'm surprised GTG got credit for that. He was off stage for quite a long time. Yunpyo could go next.
Yeah, it was really big in delay and stalls there. But now, again, Red Team struggling a lot more here. The double Bryn not finding that added value. A sire underway sends Yunpyo gone. But now, again, it's leaving a lot of Red Team into these 1v1s.
You're really stretching the
I'm a caster, not a linguist.
There's a lot of variations on Yunpyo's name here.
Yunpyo.
Yeah, it's tough. You can only see half of it. You can see Yun. Oh, Dolan goes down, but he has two stocks to play with. I think it's fine. GTG and Dolan taking the momentum from the last set and really running with it into this elimination final here. This is a great start for them in game one. I think that we could consider Apocalypse their home stage, right? Like at this point.
I believe so. I mean, they're the ones with the lances there. Great job for game number one. Really love the overall control that we had seen. The double Bryn didn't really get to see what the double Bryn could have brought. This is
why double Bryn was retired in 2018. I never want to see it come back.
There's a reason why it was retired. But, I mean, again, it just felt like instead of it being 2v2s, it felt like both Bryns were facing individual 1v1s with half the stage room to work with.
Well, and when we talked about this in the previous set, right, and we were talking about the strengths and weaknesses of GTG and Dolan versus Himway and Sire, is that when it comes to the split your opponents up and get individual 1v1s tactics, GTG and Dolan are doing it better than everybody else that we've seen today, save maybe Keith and Tiger. So Yunpyo and Plum are going to have to tighten up that game plan if they want to have a chance against this team, because so far it's looking like it's going to be a sweep in that direction. Of course, unless we go to Demon Island. We haven't really given Demon Island a moniker that fits what's been happening on that stage, because as Lance-centric as Apocalypse has been, right, and Axe City Dome, this one hasn't really, I don't know what do you want to call it?
Yeah, because I thought you were going to lead that into being either Lance or Axe for Demon 2, but I'm like, that's two stages. We can't do it for both of those stages. So I'm wondering,
just,
okay,
overkill.
Whatever.
Oh, sorry, over knockout.
Oh, whatever unique weapon we have going into this one, I think we should somehow make it the moniker for Demon.
Okay.
No matter what it is.
The unique one?
Yeah.
So the one that
So, like, the one we see the least. So, not Lance, not Axe.
This is a little too horoscopy for my likes, right? It's like we're kind of getting into astrology.
Well, what can I say? I'm an Aries.
Yeah. That's why you want to do it. Okay, I guess we got to roll with it at this point, right? I have freaking no clue.
You don't know yours?
No, I have no idea.
What month are you born?
Had to think about
You don't know?
Make a month? I think it's January.
I don't know.
You don't know?
I only know Aries.
Why did you ask?
Why did you ask? Maybe we were both April babies.
You had to make me think about when I was born. I haven't thought about that for 5 years.
Taurus is May.
Taurus is May.
I think.
Taros is May?
Yeah. So wait,
no wonder Duke plays that character.
I'm trying to think. Like, okay.
Sorry, chat.
I love production. I love production.
No, we don't love production.
No, well, speak for yourself.
Not on an early Saturday morning here in Atlanta, Georgia, while casting the Summer Championship for Southeast Asia.
Wow.
We don't love production.
I didn't realize we were into the next day already.
We are. Welcome.
So
how's that jet lag treating you?
Well, I see how it is. I do have some news, though.
What's that?
No unique weapons coming into this one because there were no legend swaps going to the stage, and it's Lions, not Demon like we expected
And you
to
know
see.
what we've got in the background again?
Another castle.
Another castle, right? Now, not to be confused with the fortress that's on the lion, or on top of the lion. It's the castle floating in the background. That's the one that I was actually talking about.
Is that the...
And that's Blackguard Key.
Is it really? Like, I don't know. I mean, you could be like a lore.
I know, yeah, you're right. I can say anything, and you're going to have to believe
everything
me.
you
Yeah,
say.
Exactly.
Like, even before you and I came onto the desk, you were talking about, like, you know...
wait.
No, okay. In terms of Brawlhalla,
Okay.
just like the most nitty-gritty stat changes ever. And I'm like,
yeah,
yeah,
because of Lance. Right, yeah. Parka Lance might not actually own that name anymore in the next balance.
That's
depending
true.
on what greater means in the balance preview. I don't know about that. Meanwhile, on stage, Plum with the Sayers. Can he get the edge guard? Oh, he fast rolls the down air, and Dolan makes it back, and he gets the reversal with that D-like ground pound. Actually, that was a pretty sick edge guard. Nice job, Dolan.
Yeah, really impressive. And again, Dolan in these early, like the first stocks at the very end will always go for these kind of rogue signatures just to catch people, anybody out, even including GTG, just out to see if they could just displace a lot of the positioning of everybody on the stage. And that usually leads to the first stock loss of red team.
Whoa.
But GTG is going in deep, trying to get down to that blast zone.
Whoa, speaking of going deep.
From Dolan.
Yeah,
they have the one-game lead. I feel like now Blue Team is feeling a little bit more overzealous. They want to take those extra risks.
Yeah, so how many losses do you think it takes before they stop doing that?
One.
Because...
One.
Great. And you know what's interesting about this? The change of momentum is a little odd to me because Apocalypse and Small Fortress of Lions, that's got a sting. Recovery takes them off the top and they even it up just like that. I was about to say that GTG and Dolan were looking a little rough on a stage that was relatively similar, but you know what? They're keeping it close.
I mean, I think GTG and Dolan also in the previous set struggled a lot in those early stocks, but then usually at the end of that first stock into the second, they were really good about kind of downloading how the enemy team likes to play. But Dolan struggling on this ledge right now. Side air coming out from Yunpyo. Good to remove Dolan's second stock there. They're the one left now with their second stock. Everybody else except the newly respawned Dolan on orange now. It's going to take one combo.
Can Yunpyo make it back?
Yunpyo.
Nice dodge. If he did any dodge other than straight left there, I don't think he was going to make it back. Side sig doesn't get punished. Nair comes through. GTG sent flying up the right side of the stage. Yunpyo, the weak point here for the red team. If the blue team wants to be able to bring this back, and Dolan gets one sider, can GTG get the edge guard? Side sig with a huge sider does it. Okay,
air.
it's not a 1v2 just yet, but it could be if LaPlum's not careful.
Yeah, same with GTG. It really comes down to who can get this, well, next valuable hit. GTG falls. And this is the litmus test for the double Bryn.
Oh, that's right. Down sig goes through delay recovery. That's going to take him off the top. Oh, no. The double Bryn never worked, Keg.
No. Now we're down to singular Bryn. Spear versus spear. Big advantage right now for the Bryn.
Oh, the spike actually hits against the side air right afterwards. One more Sarah could do it, but he ends up missing.
The down what? No! Oh, you had the golden goose egg right there, Taza.
Yeah.
You drop it on the floor.
Yeah, he dropped it.
The golden yolk's everywhere. You can't eat that.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's probably still falling because the Fortress of Lions is actually pretty high up on the mountain, right?
True.
So, like, we got to, like, wait for it.
Oh.
Wait, hold on.
And Dolan has been looking for that combo for, like, the last set and a half.
I'm waiting to listen for the egg to hit the floor. Hasn't reached it yet. Ah,
there it is.
There it is.
Oh, cracked all over.
Is pissed, right?
I wonder what a golden egg would sound like if it cracked open.
I think it just sounded like a regular egg.
Really? I feel like it'd be metallic. Like,
are you saying? Well, it depends. Is it gold plated? Or is it like liquid gold yolk?
Oh.
Because at that point, it might just end up being like a weird sludge sound.
I don't know. I'd be making sludge sounds if that final 1v1 happened to me that last game. It's 2-0 though right now for GTG and Dolan. And Dolan loves, again, to go for those combos directly off the right side of the stage. It's been good at stuffing out at least one of these Bryns thus far, but...
got a double D-line sider on both of their opponents.
Full conditioning. The ground pound doesn't connect. It's just an absolute blender at this point. And I have to ask you, Taza, are we seeing maybe now the added benefit of the double Bryn in Game 3? Maybe.
No, absolutely not.
Dang,
no matter
I
how
tried.
badly you want it, we're not going to name Small Fortress of Lions something related to Bryn. I don't even really know.
Rylands?
This is why it doesn't work. Okay. Well, we've learned our lesson.
Double Brylands. Oh, Cider comes out. Right now, red team having the added benefit still, even
Combine
though...
Bryn with Lions?
Yeah.
Into Bryans?
No, Brylands.
Brylan.
B-R-Y-L...
Brylian? You're trying to keep the L and it doesn't work. I think it's just Brian.
Brian, yeah. I mean, that could be the name of the line in the background.
Bryans.
The new lore is his name.
We figured it out.
Brian. Brian the lion with a castle growing on top of his head. Gotta say, though, GTG still holding it down. Added extra benefit. Well, I don't know why I try to start these startups all the time. It always ends with that happening.
Yeah, so I know there's this phenomenon
Yeah?
called Caster's Curse.
Really?
Oh! And no matter what we can do to avoid it, it'll always happen, right? And that's what we just
I mean, like you said, we control the show.
Correct.
That's why we start with this out. We already know what the
Well,
script
we're not on
is.
screen right now, so technically we're just commentating about
True.
it. Right? We're just kind of it's like two jerks at a theater talking very loudly with
Like the
Barbie
Muppets?
movie, right? What did you say? I literally just didn't hear what you said.
Oh, the old men from the...
I still don't know what you're talking. Now I just don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, okay.
Even
Sure.
game.
I
Plum
suppose
versus
so.
GTG. Who goes down?
Yes.
Who goes down first here? Oh,
I think
no,
that's a
might
great
be-
question. I think it really comes down to Plum. If Plum can just play for safety right now and maybe put Yunpyo at the risk of a 1v2, they could still have that added benefit of taking out GTG early. It comes down again to separating. The Cider comes through. Plum does play it safe, tries to go for the finisher against GTG. Recovery goes into the air. Back to the side of the stage, though. Weapon picked up. Double lances out, but no.
Oh, but does Dolan do it again?
All in vain. The ground pound from Dolan, trying to play for safety off of the nair to get
course
back
he
onto
does.
the stage.
Oh.
Gravity cancel D6.
He went for that down to
nothing.
the catch out LeBlanc. They dodge, but
the
he
double
just sideline
Sair!
Sairs through both of them.
No,
Dolan
Dolan!
secures victory again
Wow.
in a 2v1.
There-
Depending on the
There's
perspective.
something about the right side of Lions that is just like this miracle maker
It's
for
the
Dolan.
side that the Lion's not looking at.
Oh, true. Turns a blind eye to this Sair.
So that Sair
Oh,
misses, and I was
okay.
kind of like, what are they going to do?